Hello Star Wars players, today was 7.1.1 game update with the release of new Cartel items, new Galactic Season 3, and a few changes like combat changes and access to the Collector's Edition vendor through the Cartel Market's 2000 Cartel coins. So we're gonna go through all of this very quickly, so let's dive right in. So first let's go through the Cartel Market. We have a brand new armor set for SWTOR, which is the new Twi'lek that was introduced in the new animated short for Legacy of the Sith, and she's also in the story of Legacy of the Sith. As you can see, the set here is quite very nice texturized. I put it up more up close here so you can see the textures of it. It's pretty cool. As you can see, the headband's more designed for a Twi'lek instead of a human like my character. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of the dies, how you can explore them. I think this one looks pretty nice. Black and brown combination here from the Underworld boss die and the Honorable General dies. Those are my favorites. So I'm going to quickly go through a few dies. And then we move on to the next armor set, which is the Reforged Mandalorian Hunter armor set. Now this is a very classic traditional Mandalorian set from the old days of the Old Republic, but this is a much more polished version of that. As you can see, it's very shiny, and when you see it up close, there's a lot more finer details on it. So like the textures, everything's a lot more cleaner. This is a great thing because some of the original sets of the Old Republic are very blurry, especially for Mandalorians. So if you want something very classic Mandalorian, but that actually looks very nicely detailed and textured, this is a very nice, cool set to have now. As you can see, all the pieces have incredible detail here on the legs as well. I'm gonna quickly go through some dice right now to show you. I really like this blue one, very cool. The primary die is the one that pretty much covers everything for this particular armor set. Next we have a lightsaber, which is SWTOR's lightsaber. As you can see the details here on the hilt. It has these nice red tubes connected towards it. Remember, we're still in the Old Republic era, so lightsabers are a bit more classic style. It comes by default with this pink-purple crystal. However, if you just want the crystal, you can buy it, just the crystal yourself, instead of needing to buy the lightsaber. Next we have a brand new mount, the Oriconian Hasis. It's a very fine mount for those that a lot of you like Oricon. I know there's a few fans of that planet. This matches that aesthetic. It's very detailed, very texturized, so I think it's pretty cool. And next is a new weapon set called the Retired Gladiator. First we have the blaster pistol. The main attraction of these weapons is that they have this little spark every time you shoot through them. All of the 4 weapons have this spark effect once you shoot with it. So that's the blaster pistol. Here's the blaster rifle. Kind of looks like a cannon-ish. As you can see, the sniper rifle doesn't look that much different in terms of like the aesthetic of the weapon. So it looks like this cannon or bazooka type of design. You can also see it here with the assault cannon. It's used as an assault cannon, but the design is still very much the same. And again, the same sparkling effect, but much more noticeable in the cannon. As for other things under the Cartel Market that I cannot preview you, is the Nar Shaddaa Holo Sign Decoration Bundle. This has a couple of holo signs. Some of our very old holo signs are now in a bundle. The Collector's Edition vendor access was added with this update for 2000 Cartel coins. So if you wanted to see how much it would cost you to get all the items there, this is a pretty decent price considering the amount of armor sets and other exclusive things you can get from those vendors. Remember that each vendor is different. There's one for Republic and one for the Empire. You can see the weapon prices here for the Retired Gladiators for those that are curious. The cost of the crystal, and the cost of the SWTOR and Reforged Mandalorian Hunter armor sets. Now, the new Galactic Season 3 isn't available yet to play. However, you can preview the new items on the collection section. The new season is called Luck of the Draw, And this is the new companion, which will have its own story to meet her, is PH4LNX, a new robot. She has her own little gun weapon. This is their default look. She also has a weapon upgrade. As you can see, her tiny pistol here, you can upgrade it to this look. I don't have a preview available for it, but you can see more or less what it's meant to be. And now we're gonna preview here her different looks. These ones are recolors, and then you can give her this jewelry on her default look or her other recolors as well. I specifically like this one. I feel like it makes more sense, Secoolish. If you want to have like a more Secool Gemini robot, this is the look I think that looks pretty neat. There's also new armor sets. This is the game security armor set. The looks for these armor sets are basically, as the name suggests, people that work on the game industry of Star Wars world. I think this is a pretty neat casual set. It has an Andor vibe to it as well. You can see it here with some of the dye shaders. I think it dyes pretty fun. But my favorite part is the wrist, because the wrist is just simply this watch that you can have on your wrist, and that's it. You don't have anything else on the other hand. So I think that's really nice if you want something simple. And for an armor set like this one that I just put on, it looks really neat. Next, we have the game Pit Boss armor set, which is pretty much similar but with a lot more details going on with it. Like this jacket, for example, has the dices behind it, and it's a nice alternative if you want to combine their looks. I still think it's a pretty nice casual set for you to use. And then we check out the weapons. If you have the cannon, it shoots purple, the yellow shoots purple, and the blue one shoots a more turquoise color. So you can see here the pistol, the lightsabers, blaster rifles, sniper rifle, and so on. Now we move on to the mounts. So you have this more traditional mount color design, and then you have a more colorful version of it. Kind of looks more graffiti style and highlights again the Dices logo that the second armor set has. And last but not least is the Voracious Roadier. There's a bunch of versions of this one. So you have this version, you have this other version, and two more. So overall, those are the main items for Galactic Season 3. There's obviously a lot more stuff in the Battle Pass track itself. There's gonna be, of course, Cartel coins, maybe Cartel certificates, things like that to earn. There's also decorations, but unfortunately decorations are not in the collection tab, so it's a bit harder to find in collections. But hopefully Galactic Season 3 will be available soon. It was meant to release with this update, but unfortunately they ended up with a technical issue that they had to delay its release, but the patch still came out, and as soon as they fix the issue that they're having, they will release it as soon as possible. So another neat thing about this update is the new naming your outfits and favoriting them. It's very cool. You can see a preview here how that looks on my character. And that's it for all the cool things that we can preview today for Star Wars The Old Republic 7.1.1 Update Galactic Season 3. I will be posting on the description below the patch notes as well if you want to check out specific combat changes and other types of changes that happen on this patch, as there were a lot of them. So you can keep yourself posted with them. See you next time!